It all started on a cold Friday night in Chicago, the kind where the air bites through your coat and the wind howls like it's trying to warn you of something. Emily Grayson, a 28-year-old real estate agent known for never saying no to a client, was alone in her studio apartment sipping on instant coffee and scrolling through apartment listings when her phone buzzed. It was a private number. She hesitated, thinking it might be spam, but answered anyway. A deep voice spoke. "I saw your listing for apartment 9B on Lakeview Avenue. I'm in town only for tonight.
Could you show it now?"
She frowned, unsure how he got her number, especially since apartment 9B hadn't been on the active listing for over 6 months, but she needed the commission, and the address was in Lincoln Park, a neighborhood she knew well. "Sure," she replied reluctantly. "I can be there in 20. She grabbed her coat, purse, and keys, and headed into the icy night. The building was old but elegant, an Art Deco-style complex with tall windows and wrought iron gates. She met no one in the lobby, and the doorman was absent. Odd, but not alarming. She rode the creaky elevator to the 9th floor alone, the dim bulb above her flickering erratically. The hallway smelled faintly of mildew and dust, and the wallpaper peeled slightly at the corners. Apartment 9B stood at the far end, its brass number plate tarnished and cold to the touch. She knocked once.
Twice.
No answer. Assuming the client was late or inside, she used the master key the agency provided and opened the door. The apartment was dark. She stepped inside. "Hello," she called. Nothing. The place smelled of something metallic, rusty, wet, familiar.
Blood.
She swallowed hard and reached for the light switch. The overhead bulb buzzed and flickered on, casting a dim yellow hue across the room. The furniture was covered in dusty plastic sheets, like someone had tried to preserve a crime scene. She checked her phone for the caller's number, no record. The call didn't exist. That's when the rotary phone on the coffee table rang. Loud, jarring, impossible. There was no landline service in the apartment. Yet it rang. She answered it with trembling hands. "Hello." A whisper replied, "Leave now before you hear it."
Click.
Her blood turned cold. She turned back toward the door locked. She hadn't locked it. It slammed shut behind her. She tried it again.
Jammed.
Something was very wrong. She moved toward the kitchen. On the fridge were photographs of a family, a man, a woman, a young girl. But each photo had the eyes scratched out. The little girl's image was completely defaced. A sudden bang from the bedroom startled her. She grabbed her phone. No signal. She took cautious steps toward the source of the sound. The bedroom door was ajar. She pushed it open and saw only furniture under white sheets. But the closet door creaked open by itself. Inside, on a shelf, was a black tape recorder. An old one. She pressed play. A raspy voice confessed, "I killed them because they wouldn't stop screaming. They kept lying. I just wanted peace." The recording ended with a child's sob, followed by silence. Emily stumbled backward, heart racing. She tripped over a floorboard, loose. Under it, she discovered something wrapped in black plastic. She opened it to find a blood-stained journal and a rusted kitchen knife. She opened the journal. The entries were deranged, filled with rambling accusations about demons in their faces and voices through the vents. The last entry read, "She comes tonight.
She will see.
She will stay." Emily's eyes widened. Who is she? Was it her? Suddenly, the lights cut out. Darkness swallowed the room. She could hear it now, breathing. Not hers. Slow.
Close.
Her pulse throbbed in her ears. She turned on her phone flashlight and scanned the room. Nothing. Until she noticed her reflection in the mirror. Behind her, standing in the hallway, was a figure.
Tall. Pale.
Watching. She spun around. No one. Then she heard the bathroom faucet turn on. Slowly.
Creaking.
She approached, each step heavier than the last. The bathroom light flickered as she pushed open the door. Written in condensation on the mirror was one word. Run. And then, in the reflection, Caleb appeared. She hadn't met him, but she recognized him from the news clippings in the journal. Caleb Moore. The man who killed his family in apartment 9B 6 months ago. A man police claimed had committed suicide before the case closed. He was alive and standing right behind her. She turned, gasping, but he didn't attack. He just stared, hollow-eyed,
smiling.
"I knew you'd come," he whispered. She backed away slowly, trembling. "They said I was dead, but I never left. They covered it up. The company. They paid the cops. No one cared." Emily tried to run, but he blocked the hallway. "You read the journal. You're part of it now." He raised the knife. She grabbed a lamp from the side table and hurled it at him. It shattered. She dashed into the kitchen and slammed the door. Fumbling, she texted her friend, "Call cops now. 9B, he's here." She heard Caleb's voice from outside the door. "You won't leave. They never do." He began stabbing the door. Emily screamed. Then sirens. Police had arrived. Flashing lights illuminated the apartment windows. Caleb turned toward the door as it burst open. "Drop the weapon," a cop shouted. Caleb lunged. A single shot rang out. Silence followed. Caleb fell. The paramedics carried Emily out, her face pale, shaking, eyes wide with trauma. She gave her full statement to the detectives, including the phone call, the journal, and the blood-stained evidence. An internal investigation followed. It turned out the real estate company Emily worked for had quietly kept access to condemned properties. They had bribed officials, lied to the media, and erased Caleb's case from the public eye to avoid lawsuits. Apartment 9B had been sealed off after the murders, but someone had intentionally left the keys active and deleted the crime from digital records. Emily's story went viral. National media picked it up. She appeared on late-night shows, warning others. The journal was authenticated. Caleb's body was finally documented and buried. Apartment 9B was permanently closed. But people say you can still hear the phone ringing inside. And when you pick it up, a voice whispers, "Now you've heard it, now you'll stay."